Too much leptin swells your appetite. I think of leptin as the hormone that says, darling, put down the fork. Under normal circumstances, it's released from your fat cells and travels in the blood to your brain, where it signals that you're full. But leptin's noble cause has been impeded by our consumption of a type of sugar called fructose, found in fruit and processed foods alike. When you eat small amounts of fructose, you're okay. But if you eat more than the recommended 5 daily servings of fruit, which in recent decades has been bred to contain more fructose than it used to, plus processed foods with added sugar, your liver can't deal with the fructose fast enough to use it as fuel. Instead, your body starts converting it into fats, sending them off into the bloodstream as triglycerides and deposited them in the liver and elsewhere in your belly. As more fructose is converted to fat, your levels of leptin increase because fat produces leptin. And when you have too much of any hormone circulating in your system, your body becomes resistant to its message. With leptin, that means your brain starts to miss the signal that you're full. You continue to eat, and you keep gaining weight. Here's an easy DIY test you can do to check your thyroid. More for restaurant sugar bombs and their healthier swaps over abundant cortisol packs on pounds. The so-called stress hormone cortisol can create all kinds of trouble for women who want to shed weight. When cortisol rises, it encourages the conversion of blood sugar into fat for long-term storage. Hoarding body fat in this way was a useful survival adaptation for our ancestors when they faced stressful famines. Not so much today. Obviously, reducing stress in your life will help rein in this fat-storing hormone, but there's another very common source of the problem: daily coffee, which elevates cortisol dramatically, causing your body to hoard fat when you least need to. 9 morning exercises to start your day stress-free. Out of whack. Estrogen expands your fat cells. Although estrogen is responsible for making women uniquely women, it's also the hormone that can be the most troublesome in the fat department. At normal levels, estrogen actually helps keep you lean by boosting the production of insulin, a hormone that manages blood sugar. When estrogen gets thrown off, though, it turns you into a weight gain machine. Here's how: when you eat, your blood sugar rises. Like a bodyguard, insulin lowers it by escorting glucose into 3 different places in your body. When insulin is in good working form, not too high and not too low, it sends a small amount of glucose to your liver, a large amount to your muscles to use as fuel, and little to none to fat storage. When you're healthy and in good shape, your pancreas produces exactly the right amount of insulin to have your blood sugar softly rise and fall within a narrow range, fasting levels of 70 to 85 milligrams per deciliter. But when your estrogen levels climb, the cells that produce insulin become strained, and you can become insulin resistant. That's when insulin starts to usher less glucose to the liver and muscles, raising the levels of sugar in your bloodstream and ultimately storing the glucose as fat. Your fat tissue can expand by as much as 4 times to accommodate the storage of glucose. How do estrogen levels climb? Meat is one of the primary reasons. You take in a lot less fiber when you eat meat. Research suggests that vegetarians get more than twice as much fiber as omnivores. Because fiber helps us stay regular, and we process excess estrogen through our waste, eating less fiber drives up our estrogen. Meat also contains a type of fat with its own estrogen problem. Conventionally raised farm animals are overloaded with steroids, antibiotics, and toxins from their feed and the way they've been raised. When you eat them, those substances are released into your system. They can behave like estrogen in the body, adding to your overload. 8 diet rules to ditch after 40. Beleaguered testosterone slows your metabolism. You are confronted with an astounding number of toxins each day, including pesticides, herbicides, genetically modified foods, and about 6 different synthetic hormones in meat. Toxins are lurking in face creams, prescription drugs, processed foods, your lipstick, the linings of tuna fish cans, the fire retardant materials in couches, and even the air you breathe. The list goes on. Many types of these toxins, such as pesticides, plastics, and industrial chemicals, behave like estrogen when absorbed in the body. Experts believe that our increasing exposure to toxins helps explain why so many girls are entering puberty earlier and earlier, and why many boys exhibit feminine characteristics such as developing breasts. Xenoestrogens, as these particular toxins are called, have been associated with an elevated risk of estrogen-driven